Hey, 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 who said that? How are you? I just wanted to pop in with this news of Carlee Russell turning herself in. We will wait for a couple more people. Let me get some banners going. All right, let me turn that down. All right, all right. Hey, Barbara. Hey, India. Just wanted to come real quickly, guys. We have Carlee Russell turning herself in today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I am going live a little bit later, but I wanted to come in and share this news in case you guys have not heard the news. So you guys know I like to say hi real quick. It's going to be real quick because this is going to be very short. We will look at a couple pieces of the press conference and then we gonna be out of here until later. So I hope you guys join me later. But hello again. Who said that? Barbara, India, Veronica, Monroe, Val B, Kelly, Tanisha, Lakeisha, 32 Shots, Photography, JD, Pamela, Karen, Gloria, Gwendolyn, Liz, Tanya B, Sandra, Ebony Dancer, and the rest of you. Thank you for joining me again. This is just a quick little live. Let me get some things together so we can read what's going on with Carlee. Now, I also shared her mugshot, and I'll bring that up again. Give me 1 second. Let me bring that up, guys. Carlee is all smiles on her mugshot. Quick little article as well. Come on, photos. All right. I got the photo up on my end. There we go. Okay, guys. Uh-oh, what did I do? Shall turn back around. Hold on. Okay, here we go. All right, guys, please go ahead and hit that like on your way in. And I just wanted to, like I said, come in and, oh, you guys' comments are showing up a little crazy. Okay, there it is. That was weird. But I wanted to come in and share this breaking news with you guys. Carlee Russell has turned herself in. So, as a matter of fact, before I get to the article, let me go ahead and bring up the mugshot. Let's see. All right, here we go. So yeah, what's on my thumbnail is the actual mug shot of Carlee Russell. So she has been charged and booked. She's been released already on bail, but she's been charged with 2 misdemeanors. Those charges are false reporting to law enforcement authorities and falsely reporting an incident. So they stated that Carlee, if they were to give her the max sentence, that would be 1 year behind bars. Now, that also depends on if she takes a plea deal or not, and if her attorney will ask for a plea deal. But yeah, she looks fine in this picture. She's smiling. I guess she wanted to, give her best shot when it comes to this mug shot. But yeah, I'm happy that she was charged because I do think that, it's not cool for you to come out here and have people in an uproar and scared and praying and this and that. So let me go ahead and read this article to you guys. And then, let me see. Okay, so let me go ahead and read the article and then we will discuss. This is courtesy of the Daily Mail, and they stated that there was no kidnapping. This is Carlee's attorney who is reading her statement on her behalf. There was no kidnapping on July 13th. My client did not see a baby on the side of the road. My client did not leave the Hoover area when she was identified as a missing person. My client did not have any help in this incident, but this was a single act done by herself. So let me do this real quickly, guys. Let me move this to a new window because I like to be able to see what I'm showing to you guys, and we'll do it that way. But yeah, so she did admit that there was nothing. Now, this is my question. Why haven't they been able to figure out where Carlee was? According to the police chief, they have no idea. And that's a little discouraging if you ask me. We had the FBI involved. We had the Secret Service involved. And they have not been able to piece together the facts, retrace her steps to find out where she was. But let's see here. Let me go back here and let's take a quick look at this clip. Again, this is her mugshots. But let's take a quick look at the police chief announcing the charges. And I'm hoping you guys can hear this. If you cannot hear it, put a 1 in the chat and I'll go ahead and stop it. But let's see.
Good afternoon. Earlier today, Hoover police detectives obtained warrants for the arrest.
Now, if you can hear it, put a 1. If you cannot hear it, put a 2 for me, guys. I'm going to go ahead and play.
Carlee Russell through the Hoover Municipal Court for her actions related to faking her kidnapping and subsequently false statements to detectives as they investigated this case. Her decisions that night created panic and alarm for the citizens of our city and even across the nation as the concern grew that a kidnapper was on the loose using a small child as bait. Numerous law enforcement agencies, both local and federal, began working tirelessly not only to bring Carlee home to her family, a located kidnapper that we know now never existed. Many private citizens volunteered their time and energy into looking for a potential kidnapping victim that we know now was never in any danger. This story opened wounds for families whose loved ones really were victims of kidnappings, some of which even helped organize.
Now, that is so true. I just wanted to pause real quick. The loved ones, where this has opened wounds, and he's speaking of the parents of people who were kidnapped for real and unalived, you know, or even if they weren't unalived, the pain that they went through while searching for their kids is terrible. But let's go ahead and continue, and then we will discuss.
Searches in hopes that they could find Carlee's alive so her family would not experience the pain and suffering that they felt when their loved ones never returned home. As we know, actions can have consequences, and that's why we're here today.
Yes, sir.
This afternoon, Carlee Russell, with the assistance of her attorney, turned herself into the Hoover City Jail, where she was arrested for the following charges: false reporting to law enforcement authorities, Class A misdemeanor, $1,000 bond; falsely reporting an incident, a Class A misdemeanor with a $1,000 bond. Each of these charges carry up to a year in jail, a potential fine of $6,000 upon conviction.
$1,000 bond, that's it? Oh my goodness. All right, let's continue. It's only a couple more minutes, maybe 1 more minute.
Ms. Russell was released from jail after posting bond. We initially presented this case to District Attorney Lanice Washington, who agreed to handle prosecution through district court. After consulting with the Circuit Court of Jefferson County Bessemer Division, The case was referred back to Ms. Court for charges because the only charges were misdemeanor. And the amount of emails that were received all over the country. I know many are shocked and appalled that Ms. Russell is only being charged with 2 misdemeanors.
I am.
Despite all the panic and disruption her actions caused. Let me assure you, I too share the same frustration, but existing laws only allow the charges that were filed to be filed. I can tell you that I will be contacting our state legislatures on behalf of law enforcement in Montgomery and asking them to look at this law applied to these facts and urge them to add an enhancement to current legislation when somebody falsely reports kidnapping or another violent crime.
All right, Nikki D, they have your comments flagged. So even though you didn't spell out, yeah, YouTube has hidden them. Real quickly, it's only 20 seconds left, but this chief is not playing. He plans to go to thick tongue. I don't know what's going on, but he plans on enhancing that law. I do agree that 2 misdemeanors for what she did, that's too low. But 20 more seconds, and then we shall discuss. Hey, Aunt Debbie. Hey, Trending. All right, real quick.
Crime. Because of the attention this case has garnered, we've requested Attorney General Steve Marshall's office adopt this case, and they've agreed to do so. The Hoover Police Department wants to thank everyone that assisted us from the beginning and continues to assist us in this case as we work its way through the criminal justice system. Joining me at the podium today is State of Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall.
All right. So let me stop the screen. Yeah, that mugshot child is something else. But yeah, I do agree that they should absolutely enhance that law, change that law, whatever the case may be. This is serious business. They did speak on, let's see here. They did speak on that they plan to, I don't know if that's right. That's not what I wanted to do. All right. But they did speak on that they plan to give this same attention to other cases if they arise. And that's a good thing. We know they say that, but will they really do that? That's my question. And I saw a couple comments. I'm going to go back up and read real quickly. That she does need some mental help, that's for sure. I think she can get it right in jail. So that's my point. I feel like it will set a standard for other people. There was just I believe, 11-year-old girl that just recently tried to do the same thing, fake a kidnapping. They arrested her. That was in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we don't want any copycats. Like Tanya B said earlier, we were so very excited during my live when one of my subscribers informed us that she had been located. And we really were. We were so excited, praising God. You know, right before that, a lot of people were posting, find Carlee, prayers to Carlee. And, she may still deserve some prayers, but she deserves some time as well. So I wanted to get you guys' thoughts real quick. I'll drop the link, and I plan to only be on here for a couple more minutes. Like I said, I am going live later, so we can discuss this Mr. Martell whole mess. So we'll definitely do that then. But let me go ahead and drop the link. If anybody want to come up, you can definitely do so. So let me stop this and let me invite. And then I got to get my butt up out of here. I got some shopping to do. All right. Here's the link, guys. Come up. Give me your thoughts on Carlee. A couple people say that they are scared to click the link, and I don't know why. We just talking. And it's like being on the phone. So you guys come on up. Let me know your thoughts real quickly. Let me just check this. Let's see here. So they did say that she surrendered. I think she was in and out, though. Again, she only had a $1,000 bond for each charge. So that means that she walked away with only paying $2,000 total. But the chief, let's see here, I'm sorry, the Attorney General, Steve Marshall, said that they intend to fully prosecute this case, adding his office will monitor the investigation for potential further charges. So I also want to know if you guys think that they should just leave it at this. Do you think that potential charges are too much? They said that they don't see this as a victimless crime, pointing to the significant hours spent and resources expended in the frantic search for her. So Carlee's attorney said all that they can do now is wait for the court date and see how things go from there. They did ask how Carlee was doing. They said she's doing like anybody else charged with something. She realized that although it's 2 misdemeanors, it's still a serious offense. Very, very serious. So I do have a couple people backstage. Let me go ahead and get my banner going so we can chat for a little bit. And yeah, I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. All right, Josie. Josie, are you there?
Hey, how are y'all?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
That's good. Thanks for joining me. Let me add a couple more people up. All right, trending.
Hey, Chit Chat.
Hey, trending. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Just wanted to pop on real quickly.
I
And
know I'm surprised.
yes, I'm off on Fridays. I normally don't do this, but hey, this is breaking news. So just wanted to discuss. All right, we got a couple more people, but thank you, Trending, for joining me. Anita Cooper, are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you, Anita?
Oh, I'm good. I am good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for asking. Let me add 2 more people up. We got Aunt Debbie. Hey, Aunt Debbie.
Hey, how you doing? Happy
Good. How are you?
Friday.
Yes. Happy Friday to you, Aunt Debbie. Aunt Debbie, I know you're going to cut up on Carlee. I can't wait to hear what you got to say. All right. Give me one more second. We got one more person backstage. Injustice Blast Media.
Hello,
Injustice.
hello.
Hi. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm great. How
Great,
are you?
great.
I think this is your first time joining me, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, we're going to start with you. What are your thoughts on this Carlee Russell case? Her turning herself in and all of that good stuff.
Well, I've been researching this case, I guess, since it dropped. And the funny thing is that once they came out about the first press conference they did with Carlee, and they stated that, oh well, we hadn't been able to talk to Carlee, but we had to drop this to let y'all know exactly what's going on with her.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, and then the mayor got on about all the resources and the visuals that they used and all that. I said, well, she's in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am a veteran of law enforcement. I did 27 years in law enforcement.
Oh, wow.
And one thing that I know about law enforcement, when they start talking about resources,
Yeah.
that's when you start seeing the dollar signs start
Mm-hmm.
clicking, right? And then I read the law, which is the statute of that is 13A-10-9. And it states in the law, it was a Class A misdemeanor, punishable by 1 year and $6,000, up to $6,000.
Mm-hmm.
And when you saw the chief come on the press conference today, he had to actually read that out and during the press conference, and then they went right back and said they need to get an enhancement. I said, oh man, they're upset about this.
They are. They
They
are.
they upset. I said, hey, they upset about this because now they got to follow their own law, and their
Mm-hmm.
law is weak.
Yep.
So I mean,
Yep.
it's crazy, Chit Chat. It's crazy, but
It
you
really
can.
is. And you know what, Injustice? I got the same impression that you did, that the chief was very upset. He even said that he plans to meet with the legislators concerning this to change this law going forward. But my question to you is, should they be upset? Should the charges that they have charged her with and anyone else going forward, should that be enough? Or should it be enhanced?
You know, again, I don't want to seem biased because again, I am previous law enforcement.
Mhm.
I don't want to seem biased, but you know, the enhancement, it should be an enhancement. Reason being is that when you have people having search parties, you got you bring in federal, the feds come in and they doing phone forensics and then anytime you have a helicopter lift off a helicopter pad and
Mhm.
start searching for people, that is a minimum of $20,000 to $50,000 every time they
Exactly.
lift off. So
Exactly.
yeah, there should be an enhancement, and that being Alabama, they're going to get that enhancement.
They gonna get it. Yeah. Yeah. And I agree with you. There should be one. But let me ask you this, since you are previous, and then we're gonna get to you, Josie. Since you're previous law enforcement, why don't you think they've been able to retrace her steps? They don't know, at least that's what they said today. They don't know where she was for 49 hours. Or
You
do you?
hey, one thing about police work and about police officers in general and investigations divisions and all that, they're like Keystone cops, and they do a lot of groupthink. So
Mm-hmm.
right now, they're spinning around trying to figure out what happened, how this girl get away from us, and again, you have one idea and one detective thinking this, and somehow, some way, the whole division is thinking the same way. Uh,
Yeah.
so right now they're probably in their own way. It's probably as simple as her just getting out of the car, jumping the fence, going into the one of those vacant houses, and just sitting there and
Uh,
watching TV and watching it all go down. I think
uh,
it's just that simple, you know. But
yeah.
they think it's probably thinking some kind of elaborate scheme that
Mhm.
she went up on the tunnels and somebody picked her up. No, I think it was as simple as her uh, uh, getting upset, deciding to do this,
Mhm.
knowing that there was some houses and some stuff in the background, no more than about maybe 40 to 50 feet from the highway,
Mm.
and I also heard her mom was a real estate agent, and she actually had one of those houses over there as one of the houses that she's representing.
Really? Really?
So, oh yeah, I mean, I heard that that her mom's a real estate agent, and the houses, some of the houses that are 50 feet from that actual highway, um, one of those houses over there, her mom is actually trying to sell at one point.
Mhm.
So I'm hearing that she literally she could have allegedly, let me go ahead and state this,
Yeah.
allegedly, she could have got out of the car, jumped over the fence, or went through the fence, got in the house, sat in the house for about 24 hours, eating her cheese snacks,
The
and
cheeses.
eating the cheeses and stuff, watching it on TV. Once she saw that everybody looking for her, they said, "Oh
Yeah.
man, you know what? I need to go on back to the house before it get too big."
Mhm. Mhm.
So,
Mm. Great point. I knew her mom was a real estate agent, but I didn't hear anything about the alleged homes that could be in the area. And that makes more sense to me than abandoned homes, because I would think law enforcement would have looked in those homes, especially if they were near that highway. But if it
right,
was a home and somehow she got access to keys or something like that, that makes sense. That
right,
makes sense. So
right.
great points. Stay on the panel if you like injustice. I want to get some opinions of the others. Josie, Josie, what's your thoughts on all of this? Her turning herself in. Um, where was she? You know, where was Carlee?
Um, I I agree. I actually heard some of the same stuff that Injustice heard. Allegedly that, well, I'm not gonna say allegedly because I did see one guy, he was videoing where she actually went missing, allegedly, whatever. He actually followed a path back to some houses and to like this neighborhood. He didn't go too close because private property and stuff like that. But he showed like Carlee could have been in one of those houses, you
Mm,
know, and he was saying that it's nothing. It's like a skip and a hop from where her car was.
yeah.
So she could have definitely been in one of those houses. And he actually said that there was a light on in the house. Like there was always a light on. No one was ever in the house. All of a sudden the light is off now.
Mm,
So he's thinking that she was in this particular house.
really?
So yeah.
Did that
And
did that person provide information like to law enforcement? Because they can
I'm
trace
not
it.
sure. I was on another content creator's page and she was showing the video of the guy,
Mm-hmm.
the black guy walking through, the woods and the bushes and stuff and coming up to this neighborhood. So I'm not sure if he showed it to anyone or if the content creator showed it to anyone.
Wow. I'm gonna have to try to find that.
I will
Yeah,
send it. I can send it to you. I just don't want to say any names, because I don't want to,
yeah,
um,
yeah. If
so
you can,
I
I'm on Instagram. If you can, and then
hold on
I
one second. Let me get
love
your
to visit it.
Instagram. What's your Instagram?
Chit chat with QT.
Okay, I will send it to you.
Excellent,
And
excellent. All right, and while you do
also,
that, oh, go ahead, Joseph.
Hello.
I'm not, I was just saying,
Huh?
I do feel like the laws need to be enhanced, but
What was
why
that?
does it take this? I'm sorry.
Um, I
Oh,
believe that's
sorry.
Anita. Anita, if you can mute for me. Okay, go ahead, Josie.
Okay, I was just saying, why does it take a black woman to do this for the laws to be enhanced? Like
Mm,
there should have been strong laws. She got just two misdemeanors. Like there should have been laws in place because now I live right here in Pensacola, Florida, so I don't live too far from that area. Well, it's kind of far, but not too far. But
mm.
here I'm scared, thinking like, oh my God, like I'll be driving down I-10, and what if I see a child on the side of the road? Somebody gonna take me? It's just it put everyone was terrified.
Oh
Like
yeah,
everyone was thinking, yes. I mean, every content creator that I followed posted something when she went missing.
oh yeah.
Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was terrified and was just praying to God that we found her,
Yep.
safe. And, it's just now a little 11-year-old girl in Orlando done did the same thing.
Did.
Then, and so now, but she's getting a felony. She has a felony and a misdemeanor charge.
Oh, they charged her with it. So their laws must be different than Alabama's.
Yeah.
Oh,
So she got a felony and a misdemeanor. She's just been in juvenile right now. I mean, they snatched her up as soon as, they realized it was fake. They didn't wait or nothing. They snatched her up.
yeah, yeah. As they should have. You know what I mean?
Right.
As they should have. But Miss Sugar Mama said something to what you just said as far as why enhance that law now when it's a black woman. She put done this countless times, not saying it's right, but don't make the example out of this when we do this with no repercussions all the time. So basically,
Yes.
don't, but I think, no matter the race, I think myself personally, I think that the laws needs to be enhanced throughout the country to
Right. Right.
this is not a joke. Like Injustice said, all of the money that was spent, the resources. I also think that they want to enhance this because Carlee got them looking like a straight fool, when it comes to law
They do.
enforcement. She got them looking like
Yep.
so. Great points. I'm gonna come back to you, Josie. Let's go ahead real quickly to
I'm
trending.
sorry, QT. I'm gonna drop down. I'm gonna drop down, but I'm gonna be in the chat and I'll send you the content creators info.
Okay, excellent. Thank you,
Okay. Bye,
Josie.
y'all.
Bye. All right, trending. Before I get started with
Hey.
you trending, let
Okay.
me see who this is. Let's see here. D Marie TV. Hey, D Marie.
Hey, Chit Chat, how are you?
Good. How are you? I love that name.
Thank you. I love your channel. I watch you all the time.
Thank you. I love the way you have it spelled too. All right, one more person backstage. We have True Wisdom. Hey, True Wisdom.
Hey, True, Chit Chat, and everyone else.
Hello. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll get to you guys in one quick second. Let's go ahead and get Trending's thoughts on this. Trending, what do you think
Hey.
about this breaking news?
This is hard because I definitely see where Josie and Miss Sugar Mama are coming from. First, I want to say I did see that video that Josie was speaking about, and I thought it was Injustice that's on the panel now that did that video. They were wearing their high boots and everything. I thought that was him, so I thought it was. But
Injustice.
he might be
Injustice. Okay, he may have stepped away. Wait a minute.
No, I'm here.
Was that your video that she was speaking of?
No, that wasn't me trampling around in the woods.
Okay. I could have sworn he had a name Justice too. Okay, but so I do think at least for what the current punishment is once she gets her due process, I do think that at least she should get that. I do, because this was it seems premeditated. And for that reason, it seemed planned and premeditated. I mean, like, that's some really specific things to be searching. You were stealing from the cash register. You had a plan. I don't know what the plan exactly was. I don't know, but you had a plan. So I do think that now you have to answer for that. That law already existed. That punishment already existed. So you got to get what existed on the enhancement. I don't know, because I just don't know about that one. I'm not sure. I don't have either way on that one. I'm just kind of listening to everybody because everybody makes really good points about that. And also, here's the thing that it sucks, because a lot of people, and I see this, said that this story, of course, it was brought to more attention because of social media, and also because there was a clear toddler supposedly involved, so I'm like, that's probably weighing on why so many resources were brought in the first place too. And I think there's at least one young woman that I had heard of, and I can't even recall her name, but she's currently missing in the area, where Carlee and them are from. And I'm like, that's so sad, because this Carlee thing takes all the attention, and this is the whole point of why I see why people are really mad, because there's people that really need help, and you're using the resources for what? So
or what?
So that's my thought.
And great points. I do think that the clear baby played a big part in the search being so intense. You know what I mean? Because again, we know, and that's why a lot of people are upset with Carlee, because we know normally it does not turn out that way most times. So great points. Trending. We're gonna go over to Anita. Anita, your thoughts on this?
Oh, yes. Thank you for having me. This is my first time coming up, and I do love your channel. I watch you all the time.
Thank you.
Yes. And I'd just like to say, like my daughter mentioned the other day, she said, when somebody said, "Oh, I'm glad she was found," at least. But then she said, she was not found, Mama. She went home. That was funny. She was not found. She just came on home, I guess, after she saw it all on the news and gained all this national attention. So.
Well, what do you think, Anita, about them saying that allegedly she showed up home naked?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what they said. Now
I know they said she was on foot.
Well, that's what I heard, and it was shared by a lot of different people. Which again, that would prove that she does have some type of mental issues. But they said that the Ring cameras captured her on the block or leading up to her parents' home, and she was fine. And then once she got to the house, she started wailing and screaming, putting on a show, basically.
Oh yeah, just unbelievable, I just I just don't know what to think. But I worked in mental health as a registered nurse for many years, over 30 years, really. So yeah, definitely mental illness is involved, but and a vivid imagination also. So
Very
I
vivid
don't know.
imagination. Do you think
Yes,
she deserves jail time?
uh I just mental health. I know
Just
she needs mental health. Hmm.
okay. I respect your opinion. Well,
Yeah, I hope the
I,
girl gets the help she needs. She really needs.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She definitely needs help. We
Uh,
we can't deny that at all.
yeah, I didn't want to say anything else. I just wanted to say that a little bit. But thank you for
Thank
having me.
you, and thank you for coming up on the panel. I hope you join me. More often.
I will. I definitely will.
All right. Thank you, Anita.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, real quickly on Debbie before I get to you. If you guys have not hit the like button, please hit the like button for me. PN2, I agree. The family also aided in the search. Now, are you talking about hers or the other families that had children, teens, adults missing? A lot of families aided in the search, and one mom in particular lost her daughter. So that re-traumatized her, and that's sad. But go ahead, Aunt Debbie.
This is just, she need mental health, but to stand there and laugh while you taking a mug shot, you
Mm-hmm,
know, I'm gonna tell you something. Misdemeanors can become felonies real fast.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So if I was her, I wouldn't be laughing. And when you play with the law, in turn they play with you. So she
Mm-hmm.
need to watch her step. It's a lot of people losing their children and looking for their children, and then you just do this because you want attention.
Yeah.
The law should give you just what you want, some attention,
Mm-hmm.
however they see fit. If it's a mental issue, they have that in jail. They do have a mental ward, and they have doctors. They can help you, but she needs to be taught a lesson so she won't do this again. And her parents need her to be taught a lesson so they don't go around throwing their money at this again.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yes, ma'am.
You
Yes,
know,
ma'am.
and,
Go ahead.
and her mother could be charged as an accomplice if she knew she was in the house. See, this could work a whole lot of ways and bringing other people in it and getting them in trouble. So that young lady needs to stop laughing, get on her meds, see a doctor, get on some meds, and get her thinking pattern together. Because what she did is not finna just go away. And
Mm-mm.
like I said, misdemeanors can become felonies real fast in the court of law.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. And I know what Anita said, and it is true. She definitely needs mental health. But like you said, and I agree with you, she can get that in jail. I think the parents know more, and what we do know that they did know is she's done this allegedly. She's done this previously, not to this extent, but you know your kids. And before you even wasted all of this time and resources, I get it. If they really believe that she was missing, then naturally you want to go ahead and you know call everybody to the forefront to help. But if she's done something similar as far as running away, which is what they're saying, disappearing, which is what they're saying, then yeah, they should have taken a different route. So I think it's something about that mom. That dad, he didn't smile. He didn't say anything at the one press conference that they did do. And that was very telling to me. Very telling.
Right?
So,
Because you can see the mom is an enabler, and the
mhm,
father wants the truth out there and wants her to be responsible because he's looking at her as an adult and she done did this before.
yeah,
He,
yeah.
he probably done had, just done had this feel of it. I'm tired of this. Let
Hmm.
her learn her lesson,
Hmm.
and the mama saying, no, 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 that's my child, my child. So that can cause an argument between the two because
Yeah.
how each other feel. But
Mm-hmm.
she's a grown woman. She needs to be responsible for her actions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Totally agree. Totally agree on Debbie. Great points. PN2, is this you?
Yes, would you like to see me since I haven't been up before?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I know your name from being all in the comment section. So thank you for joining us. I'm definitely gonna get to you in 1 second.
Okay,
Anything else?
thank you.
You're
Yes, I'm gonna go back in the chat because just to hit the like button and make sure everything is all right. But
Y'all
I'm here
listen to
with
my
you.
moderator. Listen to my moderator. Hit that like. Okay, Debbie, I hope to see you later. Well, we're going to get into Mr. Martell with this alleged
Oh
$1
yeah,
million. So it's
I'll
on
be
and
there.
popping. It's on and popping. Okay. All
All
right,
right.
Debbie. Love you. See you later. Okay. Let's get to D. Marie TV. Love the name. D. Marie, your thoughts on all
You
this
know,
mess?
I was really disappointed. I was really disappointed. I thought that 2 misdemeanor charges was just a slap on the hand, and I don't think she's going to learn anything from this.
Mm-mm,
Nothing.
mm-mm.
Those consequences do not fit the crime, and I could tell that the police were frustrated.
Right.
I think it's a lot of people that are frustrated because you don't get that kind of groundswell around missing Black women ever.
That's
And I
right.
remember when this was happening, I was saying to myself, "Wow, they're finally doing it. They're getting it." I know it was the white baby too, but it was demonstrating what we have been asking for when Black women go missing. We were seeing it happen, and for it to turn out to be a hoax, I just feel like she should be, just they should throw the book at her. And the book was like not giving. I thought it would be like Sherry Pappanini in California. She got 18 months for doing the same thing practically.
Mhm, mhm.
I think what saved Carlee is she didn't go talk to them. That she didn't go speak with them because Sherry Pappanini in California, she got 18 months in prison because she lied to the federal law. And so if they had have interviewed her, she could have got more time if she lied. But I just think her not talking and her parents lawyering up, it saved her.
Yeah.
But she is definitely not going to learn her lesson from this. She's not.
I don't think so either. I think she's a spoiled brat
Yep.
who's been tapped on the hand. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So I totally agree with you when it comes to that. And yeah, those police, the chief, the whole state, they are pissed.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
just,
Because they
yeah.
know that they can't charge her more than what they were able to charge her with.
Now, I do think they're going to try to get restitution from her. I think there may be charges based upon the theft at her workplace, but that is in a different county. So I think they're going to find other ways to try to get her. But her smiling in this mugshot, no, that's
Yeah,
just disrespectful.
it is. Because
You
this
know?
not cute, this not funny, this not,
No.
that's what you do when you smile. You smile, your
Mhm.
your cheeks go up and all that. No, that's not that. And,
And
and
it shows she's still not taking it seriously. She
right.
still does not get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was really disappointed today. I was just like, I couldn't believe it. But
Yeah.
thank you for letting me come up and speak.
You
I
are
appreciate it.
welcome. Thank you. You have a YouTube channel?
I do. It's D Marie TV. Yeah,
D
it's D Marie.
Marie TV. I'm writing it down. You guys make sure to subscribe to D Marie TV. I'll definitely be subscribing. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You are welcome. I appreciate you as well.
I'm
Real
going to
quick.
drop down so somebody else can come up if they want to.
Okay. Yeah, we only got about 15 more minutes. Real quickly, Injustice Blast Media. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do. It's Injustice Blast Media.
Okay. I'm going to subscribe to you as well. Those of you in the chat, please make sure to subscribe to Trending as well as D Marie TV, Injustice Blast. We got a Queen's Tea with Gigi. She is a content creator as well. Let me scroll my comments. Anybody that is a content creator, please make sure to point it out in the comments and I'll make sure to mention you guys. But yes, let's support fellow content creators. All right, let's go ahead and get to True Wisdom. True Wisdom, your thoughts?
Hey, Chit Chat. Once again, thank you for having me up. I think this is my second or third time up. Love your channel. Very fair. And I love it. So here's where Carlee made her mistake. The minute she said she saw a white baby is where she made her first mistake, because I think that's when the police department got involved as fast as they did. Had it been another color baby, it might not have even heard anything about this case. But as far as the charges, people have to understand, and this is coming from just watching my husband in the job as a former law detective. There's not a lot of cases on the books when it comes to the charges for these types of crimes, because our race don't really do these types of crime. This is a rare situation with Carlee and maybe a couple other copycatters or something like that. But other races do this all day, every day. And the laws are not on the books because they get away with it. So I really am saddened by the fact that people want her to serve all this jail time, because we're so quick to be so harsh on our own when we have people out there every day making false claims, costing. I had a cousin, as I said earlier today, I had a cousin who went to jail for 30 years for grape and was found innocent, but unfortunately he died in prison.
Oh my God.
Due to the other race, So I am just saying that to say this happens every day in America, and nothing happens. So they don't really have anything to compare this to. That's why it seems like a slap on the wrist, but it's really not, because they get away with it every day. So I feel saddened to the fact that this happened with her in terms of the actual people that are missing, where this is a big business in America. The number one business in America is trafficking. I don't know if I can say that word. Sorry if I don't know if I can say that word. Yeah, but you know what I mean. That's the number one business in America right now. And that is a fact. So this is the unfortunate circumstance with her, is now that these cases, real cases out there that's happening every day, I don't know if they're going to get looked at as quickly because of her. That's what I'm more upset about with her than the fact that she made up a story. Yes, she should do some punishment, pay some money, maybe serve 6 months, 3 months, something like that. But years, no, I don't agree with that. Unless you can show me somebody else that done the same thing that did. And that's that's where I stand with this. And for her to smile, I don't know if she's playing into the mental illness thing. I don't know who advised her to smile. Everything to me this just seems a little off. And I don't know what the agenda is behind it, but you always find out the agenda later. Something is going to come out years later that will be the reason why all this happened. It always happens. I don't know if they're trying to put some laws in place for us, because the laws are always going to be for us. That's just the way it is in America. So I don't know if this case just happens to be something that we're going to make stricter laws again. Something's going to come out later about this case. It's not going to end here.
Well, when you say something is going to, and I got a couple points that I want to mention to you. When you say that something is going to come out later, because this wasn't Carlee and the authorities working hand in hand, do you mean more of her story, or just as far as more charges, stricter laws, or
stricter laws? Stricter laws. I think she's going to be used for the example to bring even more stricter laws, but the laws are going to affect us more than any other race. That's just my honest opinion. And she's going to be used as the example of that. Because like I said, until you can show me a Karen that haven't done this, then I don't see why we're going so hard for this person on this type of crime. Now, yeah, she cost people time, money, pain. If I had something happen with my daughter and I had to go help you look for yours, that's going to bring back all of that. All of that is justified. But
Yeah.
the punishment, I don't see why we want this person to get all the years and everybody else walks away.
Mm-hmm. Well, and to that point, because that was one that I wanted to mention. For me, I get it, and you're absolutely right. As far as other races doing this and getting away with it, that don't mean it's right, and that
Correct.
don't mean that they shouldn't serve time. A clear example of some other races being charged is, like they mentioned, the Filipino case, California, 18 months.
Okay.
But overwhelmingly, I get what you're saying, that most times they get a little slap on the wrist, but something has to happen across the board for any race to stop
Correct.
this. So I do agree with you. But yeah, I think that the more important thing to realize, and I'm not saying what you're saying is not important. That's not what I'm saying. But yeah,
I
this
understand.
should be done in each state for no matter what race you are. If you do this, you're going to jail. Also, I don't
Correct.
think that it's a lot of years when it comes to Carlee, because they said that it's likely that she would only get a year in jail. And to me, that's good.
That
That's
is
just,
good. I agree. She should get a year. She should get 6 months. She can get 3 months. But she
yeah.
should get what this crime justifies for her to get based on everybody else out there. Not just because we're outraged and this is this and this is that. But they can't find anyone besides that one case, 18 months, because nothing happens with the other races when it comes to this. She's never done anything like she's never been charged with any crime before. This is her first offense. So all of that should be taken into consideration. And I'm not excusing what she did, because I remember, I don't know if I'm out of time, Chit Chat, if you want me to continue or not.
Go ahead. Yeah, you're
Oh,
fine.
okay. I remember when my husband and I was coming off vacation, and I asked my daughter, she was 20 at the time, and we just bought her a car, and she was supposed to pick us up from the airport. And we told her, okay, since our flight is coming in, you park underneath the airport and wait there until we call you to tell you our flight coming in at 3:30 or whatever. Long story short, we tried calling her. She wasn't answering. My husband and I, well, me, my husband is a detective, so he was more calm. I straight went panic mode because her GPS was showing her car was near this lake in the airport. This was in Orlando, and there's a lot of lakes in the airport. And her GPS was showing that she was in a lake. And I just freaked the hell out. And I called 911. And as soon as I called 911, my daughter pulled up in her car. What happened was she was told to wait there. She just waited there underneath. There's no signal going underneath the garage because she couldn't get the signal. So then when she saw we didn't come in, she just decided to let me go see if they're there kind of thing. But by that time, it was like an hour or two. And this thing is showing me you're in a lake. So I'm just saying, as a parent, I only can imagine if this was true, what a real parent would go through with this type of thing. Her mom just looked too calm to me. That's why I said, I don't know. This whole thing is bizarre. I just think it's a whole other thing to this.
Yeah.
It just, and we always find out what it is later, because you could go in the store and steal a pack of gum, and someone else can go steal that same pack of gum. You will get 10 years. They'll go home. That's just the way it is.
You're right. You're absolutely right. That's the way it is. That's the way it has been. And look, I totally agree with you that, everybody should suffer the same consequences. You know what I mean? And until that, I'm just not there. Like I say, I do think she got a problem. And I don't want it to make it seem like, I'm being very harsh on her. But if she has to, because of us not getting, and then we're going to go to injustice before I go to UPN too, because he wanted to say something to True Wisdom. Because we don't normally get the attention and the resources are used for us and all of that. I'm just saying, if Carlee got to be the example, she got to be the example. Just the reasons that you mentioned. Other people have gotten
Yeah.
away with this. Look, girl, we as a race can't play with this. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We can't do this. And like you said, normally we don't, you know,
Yeah.
normally we
Yeah.
don't. So great, great points, True Wisdom. Now, you said you've been up on my panel a couple times before.
Yeah, I came up when I told you I'm going to be starting my wellness supplement line, and I
Did you
told you
do-
as soon as I
Yeah.
FDA, that's a whole a whole different thing. Waiting on FDA approval right now, but as soon as it's done, I will let you know. Thank you so much for that.
Let me know. Please let me know. All
Yeah,
right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Now, you know,
with a black herbalist, all black owned, all women.
hear that in the chat. We will support for sure. But
Thank you.
before you drop down, True Wisdom, Injustice
Mhm.
did have something to say. Go ahead,
Oh,
Injustice.
okay. Thank you.
That's I'm torn a little bit about this too. Even being in law enforcement, and like you said, that your husband was in law enforcement, and I'm torn with this because you have a black woman that's about to be the example. She's going to be the clear-cut example of what we do when people lie to us in law enforcement. And as we all know, there's been cases. I mean, there was allegations of Patty Hearst, and you got the Papanini stuff, and there's been multiple incidents where somebody done lied about them being kidnapped, and again, some of them got slaps on the wrist, some of them went to prison, but it's just now. Finally, you decide to open the floodgates and search and look for a black woman, and you make this media wide. Everything is social media, the news, everything, all the resources we see in people search. You see all this, and this is for a black woman. Now, granted, I personally think, like was said earlier, I think that the concentration was more because of the white baby allegations, right? But and again, I hate to be a skeptic because I'm from the South, so I have my own views about how things go between black, white, and the law.
Yeah.
But it's just some. Just like Chit Chat just said, she, if she has to be the example, then she got to be the example. But, I personally believe that this is about her being affluent enough to think that, okay, well, I'm going to do this, and even if I get caught, I'm rich enough to get out of it. And what I mean by that is that because we keep talking about mental illness. And narcissists, that's a mental illness.
Say
That's a mental illness. I see it all the time. A lot of the serial killers, they're narcissists. A lot of people think that go on, they're narcissists. And they even created a crime in Texas where a young man got drunk, hit an entire family, drunk driving, killed the entire family, and he got I think he got maybe 18 months in a mental facility, and they came up with an actual diagnosis that because he was so rich, he didn't know no better.
Yeah. Wow.
Now I believe with the lawyers that this girl has, and the reason and the way she was able to be quiet and walk up in there, and then when she turns herself in, she's cheesing at the camera. I honestly believe that they're going to try to use some stuff like that. They're going to try to say this was a mental illness, that she didn't know no better. She was under pressure because allegedly she flunked out of nursing school, and but it was clearly premeditated. Now it was premeditated, but it was horribly done. The cheese crackers and the stealing the toilet paper and and the searches on the she didn't even bother by using incognito search engines. Like,
Mm-hmm.
she just, it was done. I think it was done in a matter of just being real silly. I'm gonna do this, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make everybody see me. That I'm getting my attention. They're gonna see me. My boyfriend's gonna be real upset at himself because he messed with the side piece. I'm gonna make everybody mad, and I'm just gonna stir this pot up, and I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna let them see it. I'm gonna show them I got them. So
Yeah.
I honestly believe, Chad, I believe that she honestly believes she's gonna be able to get away with this.
Yeah.
That's gonna be cheesing. And then the lawyer and everybody knew once you read the law, the charges behind falsifying a report to law enforcement, and you saw that the 1 year and the 6. But what I think she don't understand is that this is Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, being that it is Alabama, they're going to twist wine and like they do the Constitution. They're gonna twist wine, turn. They're gonna change this thing up, flip it around, remix it.
Mm-hmm.
And when they get done doing what they need to do, this girl's gonna end up with at least 5 years and some restitution to pay.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're gonna do this, and they're gonna make an example out of her. And then the face, which is this is the thing that makes me upset about this. The face of falsifying a report and kidnapping will be a black face.
There you go.
That's going to make me upset because we know personally that there's been a lot of little white girls that ran around here and said that so-and-so kidnapped me and ran home and everything was okay. But now you decide to finally look for a black woman, like a black woman is actually missing, and you pull out the resources like we've been trying to get you to do. Now, and then it's a hoax. Now, when you pull this up in Google in about 5 years, and you see falsifying report, it's going to be a face of a black woman, and they're going to make it seem like we do this all the time, like this is what we do.
Yeah.
And this is not what we do. This is not what we do.
Sorry, Chit Chat, can I just say something to him 1 second?
Go ahead.
Well, sorry, sir. Sir, what was your name?
Injustice.
Injustice.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
name. Because that's been happening to us for years.
Exactly.
The crime is always committed, and then we get the face of the crime when they've been doing it for years.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Let's not even talk about the R. Kelly and every other situation. This is what they do. That's why I said what I said.
Right.
There's always an agenda behind everything they do.
Right.
And unfortunately, this idiot is going to take the fall for everyone that's done this. She's going to be the new face of falsifying information, false police reports. All of this crap is going to be this girl's face. That's the unfortunate part. And on top of that, our own people is going to destroy her. And they can't see the bigger picture.
Well, you know, that's the problem I've had. And that's the reason why I created my channel. And that's the reason why I call myself Injustice. Because for some odd reason, our worst critic and our worst and the people who keep their hands on top of us, a lot of times it's us. And it's not because we're out trying to we're trying to create our own problems, because we got enough oppression on our back and problems on our back. We ain't got to create the problem. We are always up against the 8-ball. Always.
Correct.
Always up against the 8-ball. I mean, there's never any type of fairness when it comes down to the legal system and the minorities. There's never been. There's always been a different charge for us and a different charge for them. And that's always been a problem. And see, now here's what we got going on now. We have a black woman who decides to lie and play with the law, And now when you pull this up in Google, it's gonna be a black woman. Like, this is all we do. This is our charge. This is what we got going on. And again, it's horrible to see, and it's just more of the same. More of the same.
But let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Injustice, real quickly, and you, True Wisdom, real quick though. Keep it true. I just want to hear you both. Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure. Do you guys think that's fair though? For us to take the blame because we want to hold our own to suffer some type of repercussions, because this is another reason why I feel like Carlee has set us back, because now if we don't agree that she should get a slap on the wrist just because other races may have, now a lot of us can be viewed as being too harsh, or don't do that because that's what they want us to do. When or how do we want our own to suffer consequences for their actions while still acknowledging that there is a big difference? Or should we just say she did it and forget it? Quick question. Just want to know you all's thoughts on that.
Can I answer on that in a way where I've actually advocated for missing cases, no matter what nationality it is?
Right.
To me, this incident with Carlee affected all missing situations for real people. It doesn't matter on nationality. She has affected other cases that, like not yesterday, 2 days ago, we had an Amber Alert in Oklahoma. It only went out to small amount. It didn't go out far. It was a mother and a child. So how would I know when I'm passing up fire, is this a real thing or not? My main thing that I came up here, and I'm glad to answer it, was why isn't the parents not arrested? They knew, or at least the mother knew. She embellished this whole concept that there was an abductor.
Well, allegedly she knew. Now, allegedly, yeah. If it turns out that she knew, then I totally agree that she should be charged as well, because that further proves a point that we have to make an example of somebody. But if she didn't know, I can't blame the mom for feeling the way that she felt, wanting to use all these researches and all of that. That's if she didn't know. But great point.
Can I add to that?
Sure.
And you know what? I also believe that she knew something as well. The thing that got me on this is that soon as she comes back into the house, allegedly they had a party for her. Now, and I don't know about y'all, but if my child has been if my child's been kidnapped and she comes back and allegedly she came home, she had no clothes on, and allegedly she's been kidnapped and I don't know where she's been, the very last thing I'm going to do is throw a party. And it's just, if you notice, and I think the Keep It True, and he might agree with me on this. If you watch the video of the parents on TV when they're speaking about this, there's actual visual cues that I'm telling this story, but I'm not telling this story. There's certain things that were said, and it's just and it's just like, again, what really kills it for me, you flash this mugshot up and she's smiling. It's just, again, I honestly believe that when it's all said and done, when it's all said and done, first of all, there should have been a public apology at this point.
Yeah.
All right?
I agree with that.
There should be a public apology at this point.
I just wrote that down. No apology yet from Carlee.
But then we get the mugshot with her grinning. And then, you know, I honestly believe that being from the South, I can tell you, when it comes down to the laws and everything, when it's all said and done, they're going to get this enhancement, and they're going to tack on this. They're going to tack on all those. I'm telling you, when you talk about resources, you had the Secret Service do phone forensics.
That's right.
On this case.
That's
when
right.
They tack on all these,
I could probably guarantee that the civil side, there's going to be a lot of money.
Hey, man. Hey, that's when I saw that the Secret Service did the phone forensics on it, and then they came out that she was playing. I said, "Oh no!" I said, "When they get finished tacking on the restitution to all this nonsense, all the resources that was used, I don't know if they was rich before this or how rich they was, but the civil suit, it's going to be crazy." And
I pray that the mother and father find some way to keep their distance so much, because they know that their money is going to be hit. I gotta go back to my TikTok world where I'm at. I randomly deal with YouTube. My question for you guys and the host, you saw what I look like. How does a influencer like myself go about on TikTok, where when I say there's drama on TikTok, even on this, how does a person like myself, which is actually a multi-race, dodge and weed this whole thing? Because I know there's going to be racial tensions out of that. I know there's going to be a bunch of shenanigans and BS. How does someone like me avoid that, since I know what I'm on?
Yeah. And that's a great question.
Hello?
I think that you, 1 second, PN2.
Oh, sorry.
I do think that you have to be have thick skin when it comes to being any type of content creator. You know, when it comes to the dialogue back and forth, I do agree that, you know, like with us, we're having an open discussion. A lot of people don't want to do that. So they will most likely call you out thinking that it's about race and you're going against her because she's Black or whatever the case may be. But, you know, I think that as long as people are respectable, you know, let them say what they say, and you have your response back to them as far as how you feel about it, and you know it's not due to race. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes I get it though. I've had to do it maybe once or twice, turn my comments off because it was about children, and I just don't do that at all. But yeah, I really don't know what to tell you other than trying to have an open mind. And if they're respectable, let the conversation go on. And if they aren't, people like that, you just got to block, you know. But I think that it's open for discussion of all races, not just this case. I've commented on, and I'm saying her name wrong, the Pepino case. I know I'm saying the last name wrong. I've commented on other things. Oh my God, the case of the guy in Colorado that offed his whole family. That upset me so bad. I'm of a different race, and I wasn't trying to use it as a racial issue. But I think that's going to be something that will always be sort of a issue, unfortunately, in this country. You know. Yeah. So,
Chit, can I just say something quickly about the mom?
Give me 1 second.
Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I need to acknowledge a couple people, but keep it true. You are a content creator for a reason. Create your content, and you know, like I said, have that thick skin where you're able to have those conversations with other people that may disagree.
I agree. Right. I've always been we're all humans. It doesn't matter what it is. And I don't look at the racism. I look at it as it's now bigotry. Racism is there, but it's more bigotry. But we mix it between the two, or don't know the difference between the two. Is how I look at it.
I can agree with that to a certain extent. A lot of people
Mhm.
are just straight racist, unfortunately. But yeah, I see your point. I definitely do. And maybe we'll have a discussion about that going forward. Content creators coming together, different races, where we can discuss things like this and everybody's point is heard. That would be great. So you say you are on TikTok?
That's correct, ma'am.
Okay, you don't have a YouTube?
No,
Oh,
not yet. I haven't decided how I'm going to put the whole thing together.
oh, okay. Okay. Well, I just wrote it down. I plan to go on over to your TikTok and give you a follow and take a look.
I'll write my name in the back for the time
Okay.
being.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, do that and then I'll definitely come take a peek. But let me add two other people real quickly. And who was that wanted to comment? Was that you, True Wisdom, or PN2?
Yeah, just real
Okay.
quick on the mom.
Hold
You
on.
still?
Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on.
okay. Okay,
All
sure.
right. We got UK. UK, are you there?
I'm going to
Yeah,
drop down. That should be correct on there.
Okay. Got it. I see it.
And
Okay.
if the other two want to jump on, I specifically put it as it's a drama free, but I do comedy with it. You don't normally get this voice.
Okay. Okay, keep it true. I'll be following you. Thank you so much for joining me on the panel.
Not a problem. And have a good day. God bless everybody in here. God bless everybody in the comments. And
God bless
I'm
you.
enjoying my birthday today too.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you, guys. God
You
bless you
are
all.
welcome. Okay, God bless you as well. Okay, you two, are you there?
UK.
UK, I'm sorry. UK and Stephanie English.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, and UK, you're still there, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Good, good, good. Okay, let me go ahead and let True Wisdom jump in. And guys, we have 10 more minutes. I'm out of here because we are going live a little later. But go ahead, True Wisdom.
I'm not going to take up any more time because these two people haven't spoken yet. Just on the mom, I just think this whole, like I said, this whole thing is bizarre. Yes, I'm a mother. I have two daughters, 22 and 17. If my daughters come to me and they say something happened, I'm riding with my kids, no matter what, until I find out that did not happen. When I find that this is all a lie, yes, people don't understand. You might have to lawyer up because people were saying, why are they lawyered up? You have to lawyer up now because now you know charges are coming, right? But here's the thing with the mom. When you have a situation where you now find out your daughter wasn't telling the truth, the first thing you're going to do is get your lawyer and make a public statement, like you said. Some type of apology. We thank the public for helping us look. Our daughter is suffering from this, that, or the next. Something should have been done. Because it wasn't done, allegedly, this mom knew exactly what was going on with her daughter. And that's what makes me think the mom was involved.
Right.
Yeah, me too. Great point. And yeah, we're waiting because Carlee went back home a week ago. And nothing. When it comes to the birthday party, it was alleged that they went to Atlanta and had a little big celebration. Celebrating that she disappeared on her own and came home as well as a birthday. Are you serious?
No, no.
That's alleged, but that's what was out in these streets. So great points though, True Wisdom. Thank you for that. Let's go ahead and go over to UK. UK, your thoughts?
Hi. I wanted to say my perspective is that every group needs to hold themselves to a standard, and just because the white community doesn't hold themselves to a standard doesn't mean you should copy them, and doesn't mean you should be butthurt because they get away with degenerate behavior. Like, at the end of the day, it's unacceptable, and she's violated the public's trust. She's violated the law. She's wasted time. She's wasted money. So she should be held accountable as to the laws that you have over there. And if she can only get misdemeanors, that's just the way it's going to be, because that's the law.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the community, like if you want to build respect for your community, you have to have standards.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't just say, oh, we'll give her a pass because we don't want her to be the face of it. It's like, no. And like,
yeah,
I didn't understand why that man was saying, oh, white people are going to make her the face of it. Like, what do you mean? Like, do you not have any power within your own group to come together and be like, we're all together on this? We have sympathy for her alleged, at this point, mental illnesses, but this behavior is not acceptable in our community and we don't stand by this. Because there's so many black women and children that are legitimately getting kidnapped, trafficked, violated every single day. And to just say like, oh, she's got a mental illness, we'll let it slide, like, it just makes you look stupid.
yeah. Great points. And wouldn't it be nice if every group could hold themselves at a higher standard? I would like to see less crime on the streets, not just my race, all of them. I would like to see some of this garbage music that I feel that fuels the fire when it comes to some of the things that the younger generation looks up to. So yeah, I'm not against that at all. Every group
Because
should
I think
hold themselves accountable and at a certain standard. Go ahead.
and if you always come from a perspective of, oh, white people are doing this to us, they're doing this to us, it makes people feel like they're powerless, when I don't think they are. Like, especially African Americans, like, they carry so much of the culture worldwide, even over here in the UK. You have so much power. You've got social media. Like, people do listen to African Americans. They do want to hear your perspectives. But if you're going to stab yourself in the back, people don't take it seriously. And I feel like sometimes the black community stabs itself in the back because they'll stand behind black people just because they're black. But at the end of the day, it's not acceptable. Like,
yeah,
and I don't think
excellent.
she'll become the face of it either, because everyone knows, like, white people know, everyone knows that white women are the face of this type of crime. But also the difference is that the people they usually blame for this crime are black men. So there's no skin off their back, is it? Because a white woman will just say like, oh, this black guy raped me, or this black guy beat me up. A black guy will get sent to jail. No one cares. Black guys won't stay away from white women. They're obsessed with them. They've always been obsessed with them. They're always in proximity to them. They don't learn. Like, but people know that is something that white women do predominantly.
Absolutely. Look, I am a watcher of Dateline and 2020 and all of that. And most times it is the other race. Did I look at them and say, they shouldn't be held to a standard? No. But I do think that if Carlee does become the face of this, and if that means that everybody, everywhere, each state adopted or whatever, then job well done if she is the face. But across the board, and I get what True Wisdom was saying, what Injustice is saying, and everything else, if she does become the face, and that means across the board, everybody will be charged, then good job. Good. But if she's only going to become the face for African Americans, blacks, or whatever, then no, I don't agree with that. But if it could if there will be a change, like I said, and Sally Sue or Karen from Colorado does this, and Karen is charged the same way, this new rule that they're enhancing that will go into effect the same way that the next person is going to be charged, that's a good thing to me. But great points. UK, thank you so much. We got about 5 more minutes. I do want to get to Stephanie English. Stephanie, your thoughts?
Thank you so much. Have a good thing.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, UK. I didn't hear.
I said thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Oh, you are welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your commentary, your dialogue back and forth. It was great. All right, Stephanie English, your thoughts?
Hi, Chit. I'll be listening to you later too. I was just going to bring up the fact that there was a lady named Sherry Papanini, and she
Mm-hmm.
was in California, and
Mm-hmm.
she had staged her own, um like she was taken and
Mm-hmm.
beaten up and taken from her home. Well, she ended up with 18 months in prison
She did.
and a $300,000 fine.
Oh, was it 300K?
Yes.
Good. Because she was
So,
somewhere with her new man, if I'm not
okay.
mistaken.
Well, she went to prison for 18 months in prison and $300,000 in fines.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it was back in 2020 when she staged it, and I think she was finally sentenced in 2022. So
Mm.
Carlee wouldn't be the first person to receive a
Punch.
sentence.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was all I wanted to say.
Yeah, and great points. We did mention Sherry. Say her last name again because I keep saying it wrong.
It's Papini,
And I
Papini,
Papino.
Papini.
Okay, I was calling her Papino. But
Yeah,
yeah,
D. Marie's TV said Papanini.
Papini.
Papanese.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, I didn't hear you guys mention that, but I just when you guys were saying, or some people were saying about black, we
yeah,
I've there's been other white women who've done this, and they've received penalties before
yeah,
too.
yeah. And we can look up. I plan to do that. Look
Thank
up
you.
other races as well that's done this, and that way we'll have something straight facts to go by. But yeah, I agree with you. You know, for me, it's not the color. You do this, you should serve time.
That's right.
That's all. You know.
Oh, thank you for that, and I'm gonna leave.
You are welcome. Thank you. All right, we're gonna go to PN2. Then we're gonna get injustices, final thoughts, and true wisdom's final thoughts, and we're gonna be out of here. Go ahead, PN2.
Hi, Chit Chat. Thanks for letting me up. I'm gonna have probably a unpopular opinion.
Uh-oh.
But I believe right is right and wrong is wrong. I also believe that as a people, we have to stop making excuses for wrong. I don't care who else does it. We have to hold our own communities accountable, and then maybe
Yes,
everybody else won't make us pay so extreme.
yes, ma'am.
Also, I'm a mom of two. I have a 14-year-old and a 25-year-old. When I heard this, my oldest daughter is in the army, but she was on vacation in Spain. That child could not enjoy her vacation because her mama was calling and texting.
Yeah.
Because my heart dropped. And I've also been, when I was stationed in California, a little boy was missing. And they called in the Navy, and I was on one of those search crews, which I say we do tiptoe searches where you can't make a full footprint without looking down. So I know the emotion that is entailed in trying to look for someone. When I saw her mom, immediately my spidey senses went off when I saw her mom on that interview. Immediately.
Oh, the
So I'm
interview.
like, yeah, on the interview. Because I'm like, wait a minute, something ain't quite right. But I do believe she should serve some time, and
Yeah.
she should be made to pay for all of those resources. And I really hope the federal government, since they were involved, that they bring her up on charges. And that's my view. Because it's wrong. And then you also had a family that had someone missing that took time out of their schedule for looking for their own child to go look for her. That's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, your unpopular opinion is my opinion as well. I have softened up a bit. Look, I don't think that she deserves years and years and years, but I do think that she does need to stand charges. In that press conference earlier, the police chief did say it's possible more charges can come. And to what you just said, federal resources were spent. and federal charges may come. So injustice will be able to, and true wisdom with your husband being in law enforcement, maybe you guys can let us know if that's the case. But yeah, they pulled out all the stops, and you are absolutely right. We do have to hold ourselves accountable. At the end of the day, it's people in the comments talking about, what did I just read? Casey Anthony is out here scot free. I agree. Oh my goodness, what is his name? And how could I ever forget his name? I don't even want to say it, but George, whatever, with
Yes, yes, yes.
still out free. Look, we're not saying that, because if that's the case, we just gonna have a lot of people that's doing crazy shit, just running wild out here. So in no way, I don't think, I'll speak for myself, that I'm saying that I don't recognize that this has happened with other races, other crimes with other races, and nothing happened. But if we do that and apply that everywhere, then who your neighbor gonna be? We have to hold ourselves accountable. So great points. PNT, yeah, a lot of people were terrified. A lot of people were scared. I even made a post that said something like, that means if I see a baby on the highway, I'm not stopping. So you played on that as well. People that would have a normal instinct to help people to now thinking twice. And it was all a hoax. All a hoax. But thank you for that. Okay, we're going to get final thoughts, and I do have to get out of here. D-Hawk, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Those of you in the chat, if you have not hit the like button, please go ahead and hit that like button for me. For everybody that is here because of love in Mayor Huntsville, we going live tonight about this alleged $1 million demand from Mr. Martell Holt. Boy, bye. But anyway, let's go ahead and get Injustice final thoughts. Injustice, can you let me know, and whatever else you want to discuss, since federal funds and resources were used, can they bring additional charges, federal charges?
Well, yes, ma'am. I'd like to start by saying thank you for allowing me to be on this live. This is my first time being on the live.
Really?
Yeah. I initially came up with a clothing brand called Injustice Blast Apparel, and then I decided to, let me try to put out the actual meaning of my clothing brand. So I came up with the Injustice Blast Media for my YouTube, and very passionate about the subject matter that we're talking about, and anything dealing with injustice. So I really appreciate you allowing me to do this. It's very informative. This entire panel has been very informative. I really appreciate it. This has been real good. And I've heard of Chit Chat. My wife is a avid Huntsville, Marriage Huntsville person. And I've actually woke up a couple of times and watching your live, whether it's a 1 hour to a 4 hour live. So I'm very familiar of your channel.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate you allowing me to do this. But my final thoughts on this entire deal is that this is to be continued. There will be another press conference that comes out. Probably you got to give the legal engine a little time, the wheel to actually start moving a little bit. But there will be some additional charges. The federal charges definitely will fall down the pipe. You will see some additional charges with the theft that happened at the job site. There will be some other stuff that comes out that it's going to be to be continued. They're going to figure out how to make this fall in their favor, because it really they really came out. They pulled out all the stops to find this girl, and they're really going to dig deep into these law books, and they're going to dig really deep into everything that happened in that 48 hours to enhance this crime, and they're going to throw some additional charges on top of it. and they're going to be some civil suits, and and I agree with you. If she has to be the face of this entire hoax in the law books from here on, and history, then she just got to be that person. Very unfortunate, but it has to happen. Because again, what she's actually showed us is that, you can have really good intentions, whether it's not, it don't even have to be racial. You can have good intentions, it doesn't have to be racial. And one thing that you have to realize, that ignorance doesn't have a race, doesn't have a color. So so you can be ignorant, black, blue, green, doesn't matter. If you ignorant and you just want to, and you're acting out, doesn't matter what color you are. That's just who you are. And I think this is the case, But again, thank you, Chit Chat, for allowing me to get on this live.
You are welcome. I really enjoyed you. Tell your wife I said hello, and thank her for turning her husband on to my channel. Yes, we do go live sometimes for hours, but they are some of the best lives. Some of the women that share their stories. We have men as well. Very informative, great discussions, and I appreciate you. Like I said, I will be going by and subscribing to your channel. And to those of you in the chat, please make sure to subscribe to Injustice Blast Media.
Thank you so much. And I will be jumping on some of your chats in the future when it comes to that marriage hunchfield stuff, because I have a real problem with those guys on that. There's no male perspective going on when it comes to those guys. I
would be curious to hear your perspective. So if you are not doing anything later, I will be going live about Love and Marriage Huntsville, and it just so happened to be the guy, Martin Holt, that we will be discussing. So 8:30 Central Standard Time. And hit the link, because I would love to hear more men speak out about that show.
Oh, hey, you know what? If I'm about 95% sure I'll be there, because I really want to say something about this guy, because he is a true clown.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And make sure, look, if we get started on him right now, this live will go on to 8:30 Central.
Hey, and thank you again, Chit Chat.
You're welcome. I hope you have a great day.
You too now.
All right, Injustice. Okay, True Wisdom, take us on home. And then before I go, I'm going to read a comment from D Hawk. But go ahead, True Wisdom.
Thanks as well, Chit Chat, for having me to come up. Love your channel, always on your lives. I just don't come up all the time in your panels, but I'm always on your lives. I will be there tonight. My husband says that's an all-woman. He calls Love and Marriage Huntsville the all-woman cast. Said there's no man on there. But when he hears me listening to you guys. But he said, just to say, this is my final point. I am not justifying her actions. I just want the punishment to fit the crime. That's all. That's all I'm saying is, whatever it is, it needs to fit the crime.
Oh,
and yeah, so I just, unfortunately it's happened. She did what she did. But I'm still waiting to see what the future holds with this whole case. It's something more to the story. I just can't put my finger on it, but it's just a very bizarre, not the fact that she lied. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the actions of the parents. It's very bizarre. Yeah. So I'm just waiting to see.
Yeah, we all are waiting. And I knew what you meant, True Wisdom, and you made very, very good points. And, we agree. I think we're on the same path. But, when it comes to, trying to really, really compare or giving a slap on the wrist for me because of, that's the other thing. But you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. So
thank you, Chit Chat. I will see you later.
All right. See you later.
Have a blessed day.
You as well, True Wisdom. Thank you. Okay, guys. A couple points that I wanted to say before we got out of here. This was an impromptu live, and I really loved it. I did. Very, very great discussion. We even had, Keep It, I'm sorry, what's his name? Let me go to my back chat. Keep It True, speaking about how to maneuver being of another race, talking about issues of someone of another race. And I think that as content creators, we all can get pushback on that, because if I speak out about Zimmerman, that's his last name, some may say, oh, you're only saying that because you're Black. You know what I mean? So that was a great point. I do want to read 2 comments. Let me go back up and find Black Butterfly. Hold on, Black Butterfly. Did I put Black Butterfly? I did. All right. So I'm going to read a couple comments, and I'm going to end it with D Hawk's comments. Black Butterfly asked, I am sorry all the Black people innocently spending years in prison. Let Carlee make it, people. And I think we discussed that. I don't think just because, yes, don't let me try to act like there aren't probably millions, hundreds of thousands of people that are in jail that did not do the crime. But I don't think that if you do a crime, you should just be, tapped on the wrist. But yeah, great point, Black Butterfly. Also, Stephanie said too, Black Butterfly, how can America heal if we hold on to that? The man who helped to imprison the Black men unjustly is in the highest of the United States. You talking about Biden, Stephanie? I'm sure. I got a lot to say about these politicians. I did vote for Biden, but I will not be voting for him if he run again. Biden, as well as McCarthy, they just too old, too old. And I think that that's a law that needs to be changed. Quit letting these people hold these seats until they unfortunately pass away. And, you got younger talent, younger people, younger thoughts, younger views of how we are operating today. So that is a whole different discussion. We'll definitely discuss that as well. Great point, though. eBay put, most people ruin their own life, their own household. I agree, and that is the case when it comes to Carlee. Carlee brought this on Carlee, and here we all are having a discussion about it. So great point. And my last comment that I'm going to read is from D Hawk. And D Hawk said, the burden is not on Black people to dismantle systematic racism. Period. It's not on us. We get it. We understand. We live in this country. We know all of that. But the burden shouldn't be on us to, So great points. Excellent live, guys. Thank you guys so much. I hate to even get out of here, but like I said, I will be going live tonight, 6:30 Pacific time, 8:30 Central Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Time. And I hope that you guys join me. It will be love in Marriage Huntsville. Any other topics you guys want to discuss, we can do that as well. So I'm out of here. I said I was only going to be on here for an hour. And as always, I'm on here longer, an hour and 45 minutes. But I appreciate you guys. I'm going to have to pop in a little more often on things like this, because this was absolutely great. I will be introducing a new segment on Chit Chat with QT, where I will be doing just that, having like a lunchtime power hour with you guys as far as what's going on for that day. So we'll be doing that soon. I hope you guys will join me for that too. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you again to everybody that was on the panel. I am going to apologize. I don't want to miss anybody, but we had Injustice, Blast Media, we had Trending, we had D Marie TV, we had True Wisdom, we had PN2 Ross, we had Keep It True. Let's see, who else did we have? Couple more people. I'm so sorry, guys. We had a couple more people. UK joined us. And if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I did start writing it down, but I didn't continue. But to all of you that joined me on the panel, thank you guys so much. to Aunt Debbie that was modding in the chat. Thank you, Aunt Debbie. Thank you to the cutie crew that's representing Tanya B, May, Black Butterfly, Robin Davis. A lot of the cutie crew was in here. So thank you guys. Austin Alexander as well, cutie crew. Cinnamon Swirl, cutie crew. We are meeting tomorrow. Open discussion like it always is, but we do have a hot topics post where you can jot down or type in there what you guys want to discuss during our members only meeting, and we will have two $25 trivia questions tomorrow. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Chat with you guys soon. Bye.